Oh, wait, I should probably check. Alrighty. Stream's okay. Hmm. Hmm. Hello, Weird Alex. How you doing? 'Early response? No problem. Take your time. Uh, you're good. That's good to hear. Yeah. 10 p.m. for me right now, but uh, I'm not tired. Well, if you're not tired, um, what are you up to then? You draw? or just chilling? Just sometimes when my art sucks. Well, if you enjoy it, it'll get better over time as you continue to draw. I don't think anyone really, well, most people, many artists probably don't think that they're ever that good. But yeah, if you're just chilling, that's fine too. In hotel rooms, I don't have art stuff. Oh, so you're on like you're out on vacation or something, or out on a trip? Yeah, that's good. Hope your trip's going well. I'll leave. I might come back later if you're still live. No problem. I'll probably be working on this for a couple hours. How you holding up, Mr. Shorts Maker? Oh, yeah, I did post some. I decided that I'm gonna post. I'm just gonna throw the what's it called? The raw footage, 15 seconds. And I'm just gonna do it as a like a documenting progress thing. I'm not really gonna uh, care about getting it to perform well by like adding music or a narration or anything like that. Just throw it up, not worry about it, and I'll see how that does. I think I tried some hashtags. That's about as far as I went with it, but yeah, I have that now. I think I made a playlist um, to keep it all organized. Next, I need to make an actual video. If it's not something that someone specifically asked for, I'm actually not sure exactly what to make. Uh, not really sure about making like speed painting stuff. Unless it's like from an illustration. From a comic page, it's kind of weird. But then at that point, I might as well just do the shorts format for it. So, I don't know. But yeah, how you doing? Already tired for the day, so no major changes. Weather was marginally better. Oh, well, that's nice. If you're already tired, maybe take a nap. I don't know. I think I started early, right? A little bit, I guess. Honestly, lost track of when normal stream starts. Usually I just check if and it's there. It's supposed to be 11, but I just go whenever. Cause sometimes I'll take a nap, and then time will pass. That happened yesterday, and then I'll just decide, nah, I'll just take it easy. Or like I get carried away doing something else, and I yeah, miss my time. After a few days of that, I start to not feel like streaming, so can't let that happen. You doing some physical art practice off stream, I hope? Mostly because every time you say you do a physical thing, next thing you work on is the comic manga. No, yeah. Um, now, I have like a really bad itch to do physical, but I want to get the pages done. At least these three completely finalized. Um, that way I have like three, and I'm gonna throw it up on a Patreon so I can get that started. It's probably just gonna be like $1 or something. I don't know, but I don't know what to really do other than make it high res, like available in high res or something. Because it doesn't make sense to me to even put it up yet, since it's not like a complete story or anything like that. But whatever, I'll do that. Anyways, uh, the files. I don't really think that's. I actually don't know if I should put the files up or not. Probably not. At least for now. Maybe when I'm done with it, then I'll put the files up. I was supposed to do the pastel stuff. Maybe I'll do it like if I end up going really long. Uh, I could switch over to the physical setup. I don't know though. just been working on refining the last couple of panels and haven't written much more nor sketched out the next few. No. Well, writing, very minimal. Like, it's just notes, little notes of like pieces of information to try and include. Um, let me go to the project.
Care package on the way.
Oh, hey Raga, how you doing? I'll take a sip. All right, so okay, it's kind of small. You can't see anything. That's better. Um, so after this one, we have this one, which is about halfway-ish, I guess, like somewhere on there. Um, After doing the chimney here, it kind of reduced the strength of the negative or the negative and positive space interplay, but I think I'll find a way to enhance the lighting or something. I'll do something to make that look right again. This one I have a bunch of poses that I want to draw separately and then add them in. For like maybe two of the characters, maybe just Sam and Laura, because the other two are gonna be behind the car mostly, so this doesn't make sense to like draw them. And one of them might be off in the distance here or coming out of the vehicle. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see what I'll do there. Um, or maybe I'll just go ahead and throw them in. I don't know. This page here, I don't know if I want to um, possibly adjust things to where maybe they talk more about stuff following this panel. So maybe I'll move it over. I don't know. Or I could have it be like, yeah, okay, so I could keep the panels in order like this. So they they come here and then it goes back into the car. Or maybe like at the door of the car. Like we have a couple shots of them coming out or something and still continuing conversations. And then them actually doing their stuff. Yeah, okay. I think I actually already wrote that out somewhere. Yeah, so probably good with that. This one's just my biggest worry because I don't know the paneling right now. This one, I know what to do. And then after that, I have like simple notes written out. Hey, I'm fine. Hope you too. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just occupied with the comic stuff. This one's gonna be really render heavy. Um, but I've done a lot of the heavy lifting already there. This one's gonna be a lot of struggling because I have to get rid of the doors and stuff. I have to kind of warp them to make it look like they're opening. So basically what I'm gonna do is cut them out. Uh, Maybe fill the shape and then warp them in space and see if I can make a shortcut there. Otherwise, I'll have to actually draw it. I'll have to redraw that section. Ooh. I'll make sure that I double up the layer though. That way I have that view of the car saved that I can possibly reuse at a later point for something. Headpad. Hello, Sparrow. How you doing? How you been? Hey, Quill. How you doing? Good? That's good to hear. I'm good as well. I'm just occupied with comic stuff, so I've been itching to do traditional art for a little while, but I have to get this done first. Or, like a couple pages done. I want to also adjust some of the hair, but I think I'll save that for the end. There's some lighting stuff that I want to do. This panel I already kind of improved it off um stream. I don't really think I need to do anything more to it. I'll probably just leave it the way it is. And let's finish up this one then. I guess having notes for your story is relatively fine. There's only so much which can be translated onto a panel. That being said, do you have pacing for the 30 planned? No. No. I actually don't even know if it's going to be 30. It could be less, it could be more. Um, I'm just hoping that it's maybe, hopefully, less than 30. Um, I know by the end of the first chapter, they should have one encounter that kind of, because it's supposed to be a shorter piece of work, right? So I just know that need to introduce them, need to get their dispositions figured or presented, and I need to establish the setting within the first 5 pages, and then by the end of it, so this 1, 2, 3, yeah. So I think I'm gonna be able to do that within the first 5 pages, but then by the end of it, they should have like an encounter, or the audience should have some visibility on what's to come, I guess. Like I jumped into this, right? So I didn't really do a good foundational preparation. I just kind of figured out what the characters are, figured out what the place is, go, what the monster is, and whatever, and then just ran with it. Because the idea is to focus more on making sure that I can produce a comic rather than making sure that the comic itself is the best thing I've ever done. You know what I mean? Like if I start to get into the nitty gritty aspects and everything, I just end up blowing a project up way larger than it needs to be, and then it becomes a problem to see through. Because in the past projects that I've started, I kind of like didn't see them through because I felt I guess inadequate artistically. Like okay, I'm doing subpar uh, work, and the grandness of whatever story I was writing isn't going to be um, presented in the aesthetic that I would have at that time liked to have. None of that matters right now. What matters is just getting it done. Hey Gothic, how you doing? And if I can get it done, basically, whatever I needed to learn from a process standpoint, I will have learned, and I can apply that to projects that I find more worthwhile or more substantial. Good, just finished watching a few episodes of Devilman Crybaby. I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things. And I checked out the art style and stuff about one of the manga has like a, I think it's Devilman Crybaby. Let me see. Fuck, wrong computer. Oh, okay. So Devilman Tai Yami no Te. Oh, okay. So this is a probably a different thing that you watch. This one's more fighting or whatever, I guess. It's wildly inappropriate. What would be the story you make into a novel next if you were to choose one instead of making another original one? What would be the story you make into a novel? A novel like written only, or like drawn? If you were to choose one instead of making another original one, if I were to choose like one of the projects, you mean? Like one of the projects on the back burner? The typographic. What was the second part? What did you mean? Like if you were to choose one instead of making another original one? Do you mean like just any of the projects or and oh yeah, yeah. I have them a lot of them most of them written out. Um there's a couple that I have recently like conceptually thought about that I haven't written out yet. I probably have to do that soon or I'll forget them. I hate that feeling. You forget and then it feels like you lost the best idea ever because you didn't write it down. Uh so next, I don't know about next because there's so many. Um hey caffeinated ducky, how you doing? It's been a while. Yeah. No worries. Catch it whenever you catch it. I'm always working on stuff. Um Okay, so there's two major universes that I have, but I don't want to touch them until I feel like I'm good. So I'm probably not going to do them next. I'll probably um, do another kind of like one-off story. Most of them are horror-esque. Um, okay, so there's one here that I had a dream about it, and I kind of like it. Um, there's imagery in my head too. So basically, an island held up by a giant that must be fed, or it will drown the people. With its ear pressed to the bottom of the island, it listens. None may leave, none may come. It smites voyagers with its hand from beneath the water. The earth quakes when it hungers. Its feeding masquerades as a ritual of the island's people. Perhaps the founders of the island knew the truth of this arrangement, but it seems the people are no longer aware of the truth. Um, and then there's a bunch of other stuff. Like I was writing something about the mist of that surrounds the island being something to do with time dilation. But yeah, that's like a bunch of ideas thrown together into a concept. Looking through some more. An enclosed castle state is under lockdown following an attempted assassination of the royal family heir. So this one looks seems to be like a more medieval setting. The gates disallow entry or departure, making prisoners of nobles, scholars, and even peasants. Famine looms and plague festers. The captivity of foreign noble provokes a siege. The garden withers. Livestock are made abominable, and necromancy rouses the dead from their untimely tombs. So I guess it's a city surrounded by a foreign army because the king, I guess, from the foreign nation that was visiting, or the noble or whatever, was killed, or it's causing some sort of like diplomatic situation, and everyone inside is basically starving, and we have a necromancy situation too. That one seems interesting as well. speedrunning last minute assignments, so I'll be looking. Oh, no worry. But chilling otherwise, how have you been? It looks like comic has been coming along really well. Yeah. So this is the third page that I'm working on right now, but basically we have the first two finished. This is number three. Number four is around halfway. Number five is not there yet. I need to figure out what it's gonna be about. And number six and seven have been started because that's gonna be a double page spread. I'm learning a lot. Hmm. Yeah, there's a few other ones here of like one-off stories that I could play with. Heck yeah. Yeah, so I don't really I don't know actually moron because there's like a bunch of stuff here that I could like there's different reasons to draw or to try to do these different stories. Because for example the medieval one, it could um it could be a good jumping off point if I like get into drawing all of the historical armors and whatever else. Because one of the major universes that I've worked on for years is a more medieval-ish kind of situation. Or I guess not necessarily medieval, but like historical. So it could like be a jump off point into that, but I don't know. I guess it depends how strongly I feel I finish with this one, because I could pick a weaker project again, so then I can develop some more skills that I feel like I'm lacking before I pick the major one. The major one is not one singular project either, by the way. It's like an anthology of a lot of other stories, but they all have like a piece of the universe that they kind of that they're kind of part of. Because I don't really like long running series. I feel like if you take so long to tell a story, it's it's probably not even that good of a story. There's exceptions, but that's generally the how I feel about it. It feels like it's just um what's it called? I was looking for a specific word, but basically it's excessively dragged out and it never addresses like the core theme. If they're using it, even it loses the core theme sometimes, I guess, because it just takes too long to get to the point. I just have like settings, characters, sometimes switching whichever one belongs where, depths of my storytelling. Yeah, that's fine. Because that's how I started. I was more like, it seems like you're more of like a world building type, right? You like, you'd rather, or you have more energy or whatever to develop the world and characters inside the world, how the world works, mechanics, etc., etc. And then, of course, the themes are the difficult part of storytelling. Hey, Drex, how you doing? Lord Drex. I feel like I recognize your name. Are you from Lightstream? I remember there was a bunch of lords in Lightstream. You could have been one of them. Oh wait, you're from Bluestream. Never mind, that's someone else. I'm just mixing people up at this point. Bluestream, yeah. There's a couple lords in Bluestream too. Why are there so many lords? Lords of what? The flies? Prefer making cool landscape uh, than making anyone more developed than just the guy. You're different, huh? Two X's. Double crossed. I think Blue's streaming today, right? Or I guess technically it's tomorrow for her, but oh wait, there she is. Yeah. Hey, Blue, good to Morgan. One of your lords has entered my domain. Do you think she'll stream today, new viewer? Yeah. Why is she, what? Yeah, well, I guess it's not super early, but two X's. She doesn't sleep in again. Yeah. Might as well get up and eat something before stream or something. I don't like drawing the whole lip like that. Um, okay, so this part here, this part's gonna get more light. Don't have any bread, but I have to buy some after stream. Oh. trying to draw without construction. I end up using it anyways. I guess which story do you think I should or what kind of story you think I should lean into um more on? Because I can probably handle any genre except for I don't know, like rom-com stuff. Hate that. Um, I can do anything with potentially some action, I guess, is an option. Depending on what story I go for, it will have more or less. Like the medieval one's definitely gonna have action. I want to do swordplay and stuff, so. I mean, the medieval one sounds interesting to me. I'm rather bland individual, so that might be why. Okay, so let's test this then. Um, what do you feel about Game of Thrones? I will give a suggestion to psychological, but don't go crazy. I do have some psychological ones. Let me see. Let me check. Hold on. Okay, so there's one. I guess it's somewhat psychological. Um, there's one psychological slash ghost, and there's one that's psychological slash drugs. Let's see what that one is. An overgrowth of Datura. Have you guys read anything about Datura? Never watched it. Figured it was too big of a story to get into when I had the time to watch it. Heard there was naked people in it. That yeah. So my feelings about it is garbage. I'll just I'll just keep it at that and not even bother to elaborate. Overrated garbage. Which fabricate? Okay, so overgrowth of Datura, which fabricates a reality via psychedelic pollen. Basically, Datura, it's some kind of it's illegal, but it's like a weed or something, and you can cultivate it and obviously use it as a psychedelic. Apparently, the trips are distinctly hellish. So basically, the idea of that is to have the overgrowth of Datura either be like something that happens in like a village or a cult or some contained sort of situation, and it causes a bunch of trippy stuff for characters to deal with. Stuff about like reality warping and kind of making an ambiguous line between the supernatural and the natural bleeding together, I guess. That one's, I guess it can get psychological there. I'm looking through some more stuff.
Care package on the way.
Oh, wait a second. Drex, thanks for the care package. I'll take a sip. For some reason, I think the reason why people like the Game of Thrones for it is a nudity and nonsense. um, Nudity is definitely a part of it. I have a lot of thoughts about why, but uh, it's sufficient to say that it's for me. It's sufficient to say that nah, that's garbage. I've watched it, um, most of it, I guess. Like, let's say 70 to 90% of it I've watched, and I watched it with my brother because he loves to watch slop. So when we used to live together, that's basically what we used to watch. Otherwise, I typically don't even watch shows. Yeah, so you're gonna take the turn to draw? I think that's no, no. I stay away from that stuff because I believe I believe in that sort of paranormal stuff. So I'll stay away. Believe in paranormal stuff? Yeah, I don't fear it. Have you seen an exorcism? um, because I have. No, but I wouldn't say fear is the right word for me. I would say um, I have instructions not to engage with such things um, because of what's it called? I guess like we're not supposed to. But that was super vague. Basically, I'm Christian, right? So I can't do that stuff. So that's one of the reasons why. Because I obviously do a lot of other stuff that I shouldn't be doing as a Christian. But that's something that I can disengage with pretty easily. Outside of like, watching videos about the crazy stuff that people have encountered and whatever. The fascination is there, obviously. But it's pretty clear with the religious text that we're not supposed to engage with that, so I don't. It's paranormal stuff goes to like people who have their own stuff. So imagine yourself a ghost. People just keep coming to you and invade your privacy sectors. I have a different interpretation about about that. I have to imagine myself as a ghost in that scenario. Because it's always like this people to forego uh to for ghosts. Oh, you mean go to ghosts? I think. Yeah, I would say most cases, right? Like, or most cases that we hear about at least. Although if you consider ghosts and demons effectively the same thing, then that changes. So in Christianity, ghosts and demons are considered effectively the same thing because um, when you are, let's say you're making contact with a ghost to learn about, I don't know, like, oh, my dead family member, I want to talk to them, right? It's actually not a ghost of your family. It's a demon masquerading as your family member, uh, as a way to engage with you. Obviously, different cultures probably have different ideas about it, but that's what I go by. Literally anything that lingers clearly ain't in heaven. Yeah. Well, I can't remember exactly where they say that, like, when you die, um, where exactly you go to. I can't remember because, like, I think it's on Judgment Day that they kind of make the definitive decision in Christian lore where the souls will reside forever. But I don't know if they have like a temporary holding place and what the nature of that temporary holding place is, or if they're just like asleep or whatever until the time. I don't talk about religion and this stuff, but I say we keep away. But the reason why these things really roam because people contact them. Yeah, the I guess the conclusion is to not contact them either way, right? Yeah. Is the stream supposed to be the quiz stream, or was blew up to something else? I go to Middle East. They don't tolerate with these stuff. They keep them away and they lock. Or, they keep away, and when they kick a ghost or a demon away, it's easy. Yeah, they have some other interesting things like the jinn, and they have a type of undead. I can't remember what it's called. Like some type of ghoul. I'm not going to the Middle East. The Middle East. Well, we read right the first time. I guess the second time it becomes more confusing because like now we're gonna question if you meant east or east. I'm not going to the Middle East anyways. Oh, I guess maybe like the situation. There's like various situations, I guess, unfolding. Obviously, it's the news, right? So we actually don't know. if it's like everywhere or whatever. I know that in like Saudi it's pretty chill. Um, I'm sure it depends on where you go to, right? And news are shit, yeah. I'm not much of a travel person, but trying to think which one would I want to go to. I can't really pick because I don't really have much of like a traveling desire. I always thought that you either go to heaven or hell, paradise, or eternal damnation and torture. It was greatly debated whether or not the souls that go to hell remain there after Judgment Day, or if some will get a second chance. Pretty extreme debates. Yeah, it's like there's um there's a lot of reading that I still have to do to like kind of figure out what I think, but it's I guess it's more clear of what to do to not have to not have to deal with going to hell. That's enough of a an ordeal to kind of have to contend with. Got a lot on my plate in that regard. All Middle East countries are nice. They are cool, and they literally people. Most tuners are from Saudi. Most people ones are is Bahrain. Tuners. I guess you mean streamers. Uh, they don't ride camels. They're not educated. They know countries we don't even know exist. They're actually very educated. So Bahrain or Bahrain? I actually haven't heard of this country, so let me search it up. Bahrain. Okay, in the Middle East, yeah, this looks like an extremely well developed country. It's around Qatar and stuff, so yeah, I know about this one. Or like I don't know about it in terms of like the name of it and stuff, but it's in the area that I was talking about. Yeah, these places are well developed. I was watching an interview actually with Tucker Carlson and I forgot what he was. I think he's the leader or whatever of Qatar, and they were talking about the nuclear situation, how it's overblown in the news because they locally the different people and leaders in that region have a deal with each other not to do the nuclear shit because that contaminates their water supply and they're literally going to um what's it called have a water catastrophe if that happens because they rely on the fish and the water of course. So like the Iran situation is like one of those cases where the US is like simping for Israel essentially. They're on search Formula One. They're on, oh, is the race thing. They do racing a lot. How funny! The only country that rely on fish mostly, but always is there. It's an island, right? So I guess that makes sense. Are you from around there then? I don't want to ask you if you don't want to answer, obviously, but I'm gonna just assume that you are based on how you're talking about it. Bayron. Wait, let me get this pronounced properly first. Bayron pronunciation. Bahrain. What? Bahrain. 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 Maybe I studied a lot. Maybe I'm from there. Okay. Okay, what is it? Bahrain. Okay, Bahrain. Let's go with that. Bahrain Formula One. I have a story in the Middle East, but it's not in that area. It's in uh I forgot, but it's not there. I think it was in Iraq actually, but I'm not completely sure. Either Iran or Iraq, one of those two. Although I might have to change it. We had some Middle East viewers for a bit there. Yeah. A lot of them were for on Kick actually, right? The Middle Eastern viewers. Formula One. The first thing that pops up is, can you drink alcohol at Bahrain Formula One? Prohibited, based. Okay, so they have the Grand Prix. Oh, that's nice. It's a nice circuit. They got lesser money on Twitch, so they switched to Kick. Oh, that's why, huh? Okay, so I guess it's the percentage take, right? Because Kick doesn't give you any ads. Um, at least last I checked. I'm streaming on Twitch or I'm streaming on Kick as well. So okay, yeah, that makes sense. The reason why most Middle Easterns are on Kick is because of Twitch policy. Yeah, that makes sense. Multitasking. Yeah, I was for a bit as well because I had to search. I have my laptop on one side, and then I have my computer that I'm streaming from here. So I was trying to search it up there. All the chat messages come through the laptop. Oh, that's why. Okay, I didn't know she was streaming. Let me check if I can. I want to keep going, so I'm gonna go for like an hour more. But I'm gonna watch her stream as well. It didn't show me that she started. I guess my Twitch's app thing is not doing its job. Oh wait, no, my phone is not connected to the internet. That's why I didn't do it. I need to authenticate. I don't think it's been 30 days. Why does it want me to do this? Crap. I forgot to do the 30-day reminder thing. But I guess I must have forgotten last time too. That's probably why. Do you do comic books? After I finish this one like chapter, I will say yes to that question. This is my first one, so I can't say yes. But these are the pages that we have. These two are completed. This is going to be the third one that we do, and then the fourth one, fifth. Fifth is not anywhere along yet. Sixth and seventh is the double page spread. It's considered a yes. Well, I'll take the compliment then. Do you know Warhammer 40K? I don't really know much about it. I've watched like the sick animations from years ago. I started this. I don't really know much of the lore though. I've watched some gameplay from the recent game and stuff. Obviously, like I like it. Like it looks cool, but I haven't really like jumped into it to learn about it and stuff like that yet. At least. You have a lore diver here. Oh, you're into Warhammer a lot? Yep. Ah. I think it's cool. There's like a lot of because it's becoming more popular, I guess. There's a lot of like um drama, I guess, about the typical groups that you'd expect trying to insert shit into it. That's basically how I started to hear more about it, and then I looked into it, and I'm like, this shit is masculine. I want it to stay this way. That group. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that the content that's coming out uh, for it in the near future, because it's going mainstream, I guess. The content, I hope it stays solid, but because what you get is you get a situation where it just gets watered down, and you could have had fans like me get really into it for what it was, but we get presented some weird kind of like fake fan version, and then we think that, oh, that's Warhammer and it's not good, right? Kind of like, I don't know if you know about the Death Note Netflix remake, or not remake. They made like a live action version of it. I guess that considers to be a remake as well, but they completely butchered it, and then a lot of people were like, oh, that's Death Note, that's what I've been hearing about, that is so good. Wow, anime is trash. So I hope that situation doesn't happen to Warhammer, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Did you watch anime? I don't watch much. I used to watch a lot, but nowadays, I if I hear an anime is good and I check it out and I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to watch that. I just download the whole thing and I have it on a hard drive. I have several terabytes of anime that I want to watch, but I don't have the time for it. Because when I watch something, I like to get really invested. I like to like sit down, pay attention to it, um, and a lot of days I don't really have the energy to do that. I barely have energy to play a game, which is the only game I play right now. Zenless Zone Zero. I barely have energy just to do that. After I do like the comic stuff and whatever else I have to do during the day. I'll admit, watch Death Note only about 4 months, 4 months ago. Oh, the anime. Yeah, the How do you feel about it? Because I watched it when I was like maybe not even 15, and I'm like an edge lord. I'm still an edge lord. But I was like super edgy at that age, so I'm like, wow, this is so cool. But you seem like a more level-headed ish character. So, how did you feel about it? Kira did nothing wrong, or or what? I wish I had your way, Ray. I want to watch, but I can't. Ah, so I guess it's like limitations, right? With availability of content. It could possibly change in the future. I wonder if there's certain ones that you can watch though, because like some of them don't have content that I would say is objectionable. Like for example, well, I don't even know if this is considered anime, but like Studio Ghibli, would that be considered, or is that like available to watch? I liked it, but after they changed a letter, so to speak, I kind of was having to get through it to see. Yeah, yeah, that's the same exact thing that happens to me. Apparently, it wasn't that bad in the manga. Um, but yeah, as soon as we had that pivot, um, I just kind of like was like, oh, well, all the stakes are. I don't know. It just felt empty. Studio Ghibli is amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I think Studio Ghibli should be available for you because it doesn't have like objectionable content in terms of like I don't know, morally questionable, I guess, stuff in it. So I don't really see if the government would bother to disallow it or whatever. Oh, hey Husk, how you doing? Crap, I just remembered. I didn't do my Zenless on Zero stuff today. Every time Husk pops in, the first thing I think about is Zenless on Zero. I'm the viewer to see just to remind of dailies, yeah. You're my notification. Wow, you really fixed the cooldown timer? I think so. So there's two things. One, it doesn't activate unless there's a certain number of commenters. Most of the timers that I use do this. You need a certain number of commenters before it even activates. And once it does activate, it has its cooldown cycle before it starts to put its feelers out for whether or not the chat's active enough to make another message. Deadly Assault was quite alright since building some characters. Mine was okay. It's still not good though. I think it was one, two, three, four, five, six. It was 6 stars out of 9. I think I could have got 7, but I didn't bother. It wasn't worth the effort. Oops, accidentally clicked on a comment. By the way, Chief, have you begun with the Redeem project? No. This is what I've been busy with. I started the comic, so we have one page, two page completed, third page on the way to be completed. I can probably take a break and do that. I wanted to take a break and do physical work, so I wonder if I should just do it physically because technically a sketch, I think the way I wrote it in the voucher redeem, it can be either digital or physical, unless you want it to be digital. If it's physical, I can scan it in, but it depends on what you want. Any ulterior motive? Yeah. Well, digital would help with layers that I could alter. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, that's important for me to know. Like if you plan to use it. Yeah. All right. So I'll do it digitally, and I'll make sure to have things on layers. Do you want me to like have the characters on different layers, or like just have the characters? Because it's basically just a what was it called, a kabedon or something, where your character is in front of Miyabi. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't. I don't know what I would have on layers. I guess the background, like if I were to make like a brick wall background, have that on a different layer. From another friend as a favor? What do you mean? Another reference to use from another friend as a favor. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you could provide. You could just send that. Oh, you did send that. Okay. All right, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's useful. So I can use that to base your guy off of. Cool, cool. Well, I'll be off getting a haircut later. Cut my nails after. Could have streamed, but life hates me. Well, I hope you have a good outing, and I hope life doesn't keep hating you. Barber and manicure vlog. Do my own nails. Cut it as short as possible. I don't get my nails done. I do my own nails too. Yeah, but you file them down slowly like a freak. Yeah. I'm just ahead of the trends. Eventually, women will learn how to avoid the pink tax by going to Home Depot instead of whatever the female supply stores are. And then they can shape their nails exactly how they want without having to pay. Oh, your viewers and Blue along with me have seen your nails. Proportions don't make sense. Current society is really dumb. Also, do your fingernails generally cause discomfort when holding certain materials? I assume they'd brush against uh, other fingers. I guess like if they get too long, but I don't really get them uh, longer than let's say half a centimeter. I don't let them go that long. Like to me, it doesn't seem that long. It's like trying to think of a comparison. It's like a guitar. No, wait, that's way too long actually. I don't know. Can't think of a comparison right now. Have you done bit by bit of your own character? No, I haven't touched it. Yeah, I have clothing ideas and styles, like references, like pictures, but I haven't like actually gotten into it. 1 second, by the way, I'll be back. Okay, back. Oops. Why you gotta pin that so much later? No, I did that by accident. So like any message that I touch on my what do you call it? Um, iMac? No, MacBook, laptop. Okay, any message that I touch and it has a trackpad, right? So as soon as I go to the screen, sometimes it just clicks on a message by accident. Yeah, when I'm trying to switch between screens, because Blue's on one screen and then on another virtual desktop, the comments are there. Yeah, well, for the laptop. Alrighty, it's that time when I get to sleep. It was great catching your stream. Hopefully I can catch another soon. Good luck with your comic. Good night. Yep. Hopefully I catch you soon as well. Whenever you have time. And good night. I think I'm gonna be done in a bit. I'm getting tired. So let me check what time it is even. Okay. 7. Okay, yeah, in a few. I'm gonna try to get to the third hour, basically, is what I'm gonna go for. And if I'm pretty sure Blue's still gonna be streaming, so I'll probably just raid her. So I don't have to like look into who I need to raid or whatever. Got anything special planned for dinner, or just shifting that around with your schedule? I'm thinking actually right now. Um, what is there? I actually don't know exactly what there is. I know I have a can of stuff I can make, but um, when my brother went to the Philippines, they brought back a bunch of stuff. One of the stuff that they brought back is a can of the corn. They call it something else, I think, but it's basically corned beef canned. Um, Cured beef, I guess. Could eat that with something, but I don't know if I'm gonna really care to try to cook it or anything. Maybe I'll just grab something easy, but it depends on what's in the fridge. I don't remember. How about you? What have you eaten today? Skip lunch. I had chicken pot pie. I think that was what it was. Nice. Heading off. All right. Have a good one. Husk. Husky wusky. I think hand is a little bit too defined with all of that line work on it. Okay, so what I think I'll do there is I'll probably, like next time I do something like this, I'll probably try to use a shading layer to define like different aspects of it. But something I'm quickly figuring out is that I should really think about how I can use shading instead of harsher line work. To like define an edge and stuff like that. An example? Okay, so um, let me show you. So there's some line work here, I guess, on the face, and basically, if there wasn't, I can't really subtract it without subtracting all the line work to show like the difference. But you have a situation, for example, where you have the shading done more like what is here, where it's a lot softer and there's a lot less tension, except for this part here where the ribs are under the skin and pushing the skin up, right? Um, because something that I've found is that whenever I use lines to shade, it implies tension. So like, for example, another one is the cloth. It implies tension because of the direction of the shading. It could mean that things are moving or things are being stretched in this case. But if there's a smooth gradient, it doesn't imply any of that. It kind of just has like it's a soft edge, round, soft feeling to it. So basically, I'll put more line work for the shading where there's going to be more tension. So there's a little bit of tension in her face, but it's not like she's, having one of those crazy schizo angry faces from like a manga where there's like someone's witnessed a murder or something, right? Or wants to kill someone. In this case, in his hand, maybe it'll balance out when I put the shading on top, but I should have used more or less line work and more just soft shading on his hand. That would have been fine. Uh, Softer lips versus harsher looking lips, which are not necessarily, it's not necessarily that they're not as soft, but they come off as brittle because of how much more line work there is on it. I don't know if hers I did use some of it, but it's a lot less on the top lip there, and because of it being that much less, it just seems softer than her top lip. Things like that. I hope it's like just using this page is enough to illustrate what I'm trying to say. So it's like an art critique thing that I'm doing while I'm doing the art itself instead of saving it for later. Yeah. Last thing I'm gonna do, because I think it's almost time. If it's not time already, I'm just gonna throw lines inside of this space because I need to know. It's not like I'm gonna forget necessarily, but it's just helpful for me to know that, yeah, this area is all here. That way, when I get back to it. I don't have to like observe and see what part is this, what part is that. All right. Another problem is that the ear is too high. It ought to end lower because of where the nose is. It typically, um, it should end like around here ish. What happened to Blue Stream? Did it stop playing? Oh. Oh well, good thing I didn't raid her yet. I mean, it's not like um yeah, I think it's just us here anyways. So I'll just end. See you there. Yeah, because it's a couple minutes over 3 hours. Uh, hopefully I can finish this tonight. This last panel. It's one panel. Come on, I can do this. And we can maybe do something different on another on the next stream. So yeah, see ya. YouTube, no one's here. So see ya.